Hey guys, okay. I have an update I wanted to do on its own because I have a plethora for November. Um, Last week, remains were found, human remains, in the woods in Jay, Maine, behind an old abandoned store of some sort, small store. Um, and everybody had their hopes up that they would be Kimberly Moreau and we would finally find out what happened to Kim. Unfortunately, the remains were male. So it is not Kim. Um, the unidentified remains are now at the state medical examiner's office in Augusta, where they will try to identify him and figure out the circumstances of his death. Um, and hopefully we'll know more. Um, and if we find out more, or if he is unidentified, you will see that in the November updates. I should say if he's identified. If he's unidentified, we might do a whole case on him if we can get enough information, a facial reconstruction and all that. But yeah, unfortunately, it's a male. I don't know of any males missing in the area. That's what's weird. I really thought the remains would be female because most of the missing people out there are female, um, that I know of. Kim, Kathy Moulton. Like I said, Kathy Moulton is more likely to be found up on the Canadian border, according to everything we know about that case. And I will do a video on that case coming up because there's been a lot of additions to the story since I interviewed her dad, which unfortunately Blog Talk deleted. Blog Talk should have sent me an email or something saying, download your videos. All the rest of them I have downloaded, and I have uploaded them to, all the rest of the ones that I could save, I have downloaded and I uploaded them to Anchor, which is now just Spotify for podcasters. So you can listen to them there. Dick Morrow's was another one that I lost. And I'll do a more deep dive into Kim as well. Problem is November is 90s November. But I really want to do those cases. I might change it this year to November in Maine and do a full-on month of Maine cases. No, November in the north. And I'll do cases from Maine, New Hampshire, that sort of thing. Because one of my updates is actually on a case from New Hampshire. So we'll do Northern November. Northeastern November. Because I'm going to do New England. So yeah, we'll do New England November. That's what we'll call it. So I'll be able to do both of those cases that way. Ugh. I just filmed today's case, so that will go up today as well as this. Oh, excuse me. There we go. So, I'm disappointed as dumb as that sounds, you're happy in one way, but you're also disappointed because you wanted answers for her 80-something-year-old father, you know? You wanted answers for her sisters, Diane and Karen. Yeah. And I am working on getting Gabulosis to do a story on the case. She has way more subscribers than I do. I wrote to her under case requests, and I would ask you guys to do the same thing. The actual email address is in the description of all of her videos. I will tag her in the description so you can find her. Maybe if enough people write to her about the case and she sees my email, which talked about how it's a close to home case for my mom, and in fact, my mom and aunt know the man and his family who is the primary person of interest in the case. And there's varying opinions about whether or not he actually did something to her. My aunt says no way. My mom's on the fence. Well, was. And they talked for hours about this case because they knew the people, you know. They didn't know Kim or her family, but they knew the other family. So they were from Livermore Falls, which is literally the next town. In fact, it's so close that we went to get my grandmother's prescription. My grandmother lived in an elderly housing project in Livermore Falls for a while, and it was literally 2 minutes up the road, and we were in Jay at the pharmacy. That's how close it is. Jay's was known primarily my whole life for the paper mill. The paper mill's closed now, but paper mills smell like sulfur. They smell like rotten eggs. They just do. It's their processes, you know. You go further up north in Maine, there's still one running in Rumford. And it doesn't smell good. And that's why when people say, you know, people from New Jersey get very upset when people say, oh, New Jersey smells so terrible to drive through. Again, it's sulfur. They have a lot of paper mills in New Jersey. So that's why it smells. Because I remember asking somebody, what are they talking about? And they said, paper mills. Make a lot of paper in New Jersey. So it kind of makes sense because you got ports all over the place. So you can ship it everywhere. You know? So it's not a bad thing when I say it didn't smell good. Because it didn't. There was a huge strike at the paper mill. There was a lot going on shortly before she disappeared. The paper mill was taken over by the same company that runs the one up north, and but it ended up closing anyway. So I know the area, you know, and it's just it makes it even sadder to me that my family knows the players, you know. I just, ugh. I'm keeping them in my prayers as always, and I ask you to do the same thing. And this man's family, whoever he may be. Um, at least give them the answers they need. At least one family will have the answers they need. So that is good. A psychic, I guess, led them to the body. And so maybe the psychic helped a different family. I will keep watching and keep you updated. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining me for this little Kid Missing extra. Like I said, I had so many updates for November that I didn't want this to get lost in the shuffle because it's important. I mean, they're all important, don't get me wrong, but this will always have a special place in my heart because of where it's from. So I'll do a deep dive into the case as well as Kathy Moulton next month when we go into New England November. I'm going to change it up a little. I don't know if we'll keep it that way next year, but for this year, we're going to change it up. Bye, guys. God bless you.